So you want to travel, you want to go to Japan, you want to go anywhere, but you're on a budget. Oh my God. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. These are 5 things I did literally. We were going to Tokyo, Japan, and we kind of planned a year for it for lots of different reasons, points and schedules from school. And it was 4 of us. So it was my wife, I, my daughter, and my niece. So I want to jump into the things that I did. A lot of people don't do these things. And I actually haven't done all of these things on all my past trips. And Tokyo was one of them that I felt like I needed to do. And as a matter of fact, we went to Tokyo, Osaka, Nara, and Kyoto. So we went to several places, and I knew that my type A personality when it came to budgeting with a family was to make sure that I'm organized enough, because if I'm not organized for my money, I'm going to be spending a lot of money. So let's jump in the first one, and it's like being extra. I love being extra. I am extra in my life. I'm a maximalist to the core. But I didn't have time to be so detailed with, like at 5:45, we're going to go to this museum. Like I have time for that. But I definitely needed to be organized on like where we're staying. And as I was planning the trip, as far as like, where hotel we're staying and what's close to the hotel, I created a spreadsheet. So I'm going to show you this spreadsheet. Let me show you this spreadsheet. All right, so as you can see here, this is actually my spreadsheet. I'm gonna look over here because my spreadsheet's over here. But as you can see, I like itemized it in yens and dollars, and I knew exactly how many nights and where we're gonna stay. This is very, very important when you are pre-purchasing things and you're putting things on your credit card or you're budgeting for them. It's really important for you to kind of see it, because when you get to the actual hotel in Tokyo or in Japan and other places as well, there's going to be added taxes that you will have to probably pay if you didn't pay them up front. So having a spreadsheet like this also helped me. What did I use? Did I use my American Express? Did I use points? And really just gauging that. Listen, you don't got to be extra, and you don't have to be extra like at 5:45 I'm going to go here. No, you don't have to do that. But the basis of like where your trip is, I am an old fashioned kind of gal, so you best believe I printed this and took it with me on the airplane. Yes, I told you I'm extra, okay? But extra is important. Now we're going to jump into the next one, and I'm going to tell you why this is important. Because instead of us having like we want to do this on this day, we just literally put on the spreadsheet different places that we wanted to see that are around in that area. Because with kids, if you are traveling with kids, you can only plan so much. These kids be getting tired, these kids be getting hungry, and you get tired and you hungry, and you're going to be walking your life in Japan. So this is super important, and having an itemized, again, you don't have to be so detailed of like time wise, but if you are pre-purchasing anything, it's really important to have your details and have them printed out. Because Japan, they're advanced, but they're also very old school in certain things. So even when we went to Super Mario World, like our internet was not working, and good thing that we used Klook, and we were like, okay, we downloaded it on our phone. We just had to go get internet real quick so we can get to the front. So let me jump in number 2, but really being extra to this point is very important. And this is especially with kids. If you by yourself, you could do whatever you want. But with kids, girl, you know how those kids be acting. All right, number 2 and number 3 are kind of together. I'm going to again look over here because I'm looking at the video. First of all, currency exchange app. Listen, you don't need nothing fancy schmancy, but you do need to make sure that every dollar and any yen, you are calculating it on the app. And why you're doing it in an app instead of a regular calculator, because it updates, it's dynamic, meaning when the market, the currency changes, it will change with you. So it was a godsend. I was calculating my life away. I'm like, 1,000 yens? I already knew that by heart was $6. Like, that is very, very important. And you can still have an amazing time, but you want to be conscious as well, because you think you got these thousands and 10,000s. You think you got money, but really it's not like that when you do it. Number 3 is the envelope system. Let me tell you something. You see these little envelope systems? I love them because I'm traveling with children, and we're also traveling with as a family. Envelope systems helps me keep a little budget for all the girls, and also making sure that like, okay, what am I using on this one? I didn't interfere on that one. I know it sounds extra, but when you are traveling with kids, it's important because one might want something the other one doesn't want. And also it helps with you creating that you're not going over your budget, which brings me to number 4, and it is the swipe budget. You need a swipe budget. So, envelope system, I freaking love it. I'm able to put something on transportation or food or whatever. But with Japan, you have the Suica card, so you can literally put money on that card and go to 7-Eleven, and a lot of places take the Suica card. However, I did have it called Swipe Budget. Swipe Budget means I didn't use my credit cards or my debit card in Japan. The only time I did was for specific items, like if we were going from Tokyo to Osaka, we had to take the Shinkansen, and we definitely used our credit card. And for bigger purchases that we wanted to make, we had a budget and said, okay, we're gonna put this on our card because you know me, I gotta have my little points. But also we made sure that that didn't interfere with our cash, because that cash had to do with the envelope system, which was our budget. Listen, it is possible you could go to Disney World right here in Orlando and spend easy $5,000, okay? And I can go across the seas and spend way less than $5,000. So my whole point is that budgeting really allows you to have that flexibility, but having a swipe budget, make sure that you're not swiping away. Swipe, swipe. This ain't Dora the Explorer. Don't be swiping on your vacation, because you also have to think about the exchange of that swipe fee if you're using your credit cards or whatever the case. All right, we're going to jump into the number 5 because I can make this video very long, and I don't want to do that for you. All right, so the last one is a budget for things that it's like a family budget for emergencies per se. I will say this, I love my little envelope system. I love all that stuff, but Japan had a lot of walking, y'all. Like a lot of walking. And when you're dealing with kids that, even not even kids, I'm not even gonna blame it on them. I broke my foot like what, 3 years ago. And when I go long distances like that, like my foot be like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, we don't do this. And we ended up using Ubers or taxis on certain occasions, which was a lifesaver, because I'm so happy that we never got like lost learning how to read and communicate. Not Japanese, don't get cute, because I have my little Google Translate. Konnichiwa, sumimasen. But no, honestly, Uber came in mind. So always setting a budget for these emergency things. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little story time. The quick version, real quick, on like what unexpected costs. And basically, we weren't gonna end up going to Japan because we're living in Florida, and there was a hurricane. And long story short, they're like, there ain't no hurricane over there. What are you guys talking about? We're like, there is a hurricane. You got to look at the weather. There's a hurricane. There's no hurricane. Japan Airlines. Well, we flew to Chicago thinking that since they're going to cancel it, we don't want to miss our flight. Boo boo, it doesn't work like that. It's one flight according to them. So anyways, long story short, we were basically going to lose our flight. But good things to my non-frugal self this one time, because I usually don't pay for insurance. Like, it's already American Express is doing it. Get insurance anytime. Spend the money. And something told me, get extra insurance, meaning extra travel insurance if something happens. And I did. And we were going to get 75% back. But you know me, that's not enough for me. So I'm like, listen, American Express, we got to figure this out, because there's a hurricane. What are you telling me there's not a hurricane? And long story short, they finally realized, Japan Airlines realized there is a hurricane hitting Florida. And guess what? We got our full refund. And from that refund, we were able to book another ticket immediately. Crazy, right? But what's really good about this discretionary family fund is that anything extra like Ubers or fees or unexpected, hotel stuff, that is always covered, because emergencies do happen, y'all. And if you have kids, even if you don't have kids, you always have to be prepared. I hope that these tips helped you, but the number one, extra, be extra. Put out your itinerary. It doesn't have to be 5:45, but we're going to be in this line. No, but be where you can kind of understand where you're at in your budget so that you're planning ahead. Number two, the currency app. Don't get cute thinking you was a baller with the 10,000 yen. You ain't a baller. That's only like $50. And then number three, the envelope system. Y'all do this envelope system while you're on vacation, because you just put it in a wallet and you be like, bloom, 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 bloom. You look at your wallet. Ooh, my wallet looking a little thin. What's going on here? Keep all your receipts, because you're gonna need that maybe for your whatever you're buying. Number four, the swipe budget. Have a swipe budget. Don't be swiping like Dora the Explorer. Swipe, swipe. Like have a swipe budget and have a threshold for it over X amount of dollars. If you want to buy luxury goods, use it on that so you have some type of protection. And then last but not least, have a family's emergency budget even on there. So is it possible to go on a budget? Heck yeah, because you could go to Disney World. I keep saying Disney World, but Disney World's expensive, y'all. I don't think y'all get it. And last but not least, I know somebody who went to like Texas the other day, or was it not Texas? It was like some state, and the ticket was like $800. I was like, girl, I could go to Europe for $800. So it is very possible. And if you have a family, as long as you plan accordingly ahead and stay on your budget and live within your means, don't try to be cute and go into all these places if you just stay in Tokyo. Tokyo is awesome. We went to all these places not because we want to be extra, but we really wanted to like see different parts. So stay in your budget. Your budget will help you. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now I sound like these people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, you know, because you want to get these tips. Bye.